Okay, Ryno. So obviously the Tupelo Community Theater, which we just had on. If you missed that, you can catch that on YouTube after or in podcast form. Mentioned that they will be showing the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Now, I was not born in the 70s, and I was a pretty sheltered child. So I have never seen nor experienced. I feel like I recognize the poster that they're using. I feel like I could have a slight conversation about it just in passing from what you get, but I have never watched it nor experienced the props and all the things. So how do you best describe it to a novice who is curious but a little scared all at the same time?
There's a reason it's a cult classic and it wasn't a blockbuster. It is a bit out there, and like Tom said, it was a bit risque for the 70s, and now it seems kind of tame in comparison. But when you go to a screening, especially if it's a screening that allows audience participation, it's just a way to get more engaged with the movie because everybody's in on the same in jokes. They're doing the same gags. So, for example, at the beginning, there's a wedding scene. And when the married couple is leaving the chapel, everybody on screen's throwing rice. So you're supposed to have rice with you to throw rice at the screen with them. So there's rice going everywhere. And then there's another scene where the two kind of main characters get caught in a thunderstorm because they got a flat tire, and that's where they find the spooky mansion where Dr. Frankenfurter, played by Tim Curry, is doing his experiments. And the main lady, played by Susan Sarandon, has a newspaper and puts it over her head. So you're supposed to have a newspaper, and when she puts the newspaper on her head, everybody in the audience puts the newspaper on their head. And that's when the water guns come out because it's raining, so if you don't have the newspaper, you start showing off the rain with the water guns and making it rain in the theater. There are a few things that were popular in the past to bring that most theaters are kind of frowning upon bringing nowadays. Like there's a part in a song where you're supposed to light up the theater.
Yeah, let's not do that.
And they would bring candles and stuff. So now you do flashlights. Or
your phone.
Right, and there's other parts where you're supposed to throw hot dogs and prunes, but that tends to bring mice and rodents and stuff.
What a very interesting combination.
Oh, yeah, so you don't deal with you don't bring hot dogs, you don't bring prunes, don't bring candles unless the theater says it's okay.
Tom mentioned that Rocky Horror Picture Show started theater first and then shifted to a movie. So the original production, that's how it went down?
I think that's how it kind of all started, and then it snowballed from there. But I think the one part that kind of clicks for people and they go, oh, okay, now I get it, is Dr. Frankenfurter puts on rubber gloves at a certain point, so you take rubber gloves with you, and during the song he pops them, like you pop rubber gloves like a doctor does. And when everybody in the audience is wearing rubber gloves and popping them at the same time as Dr. Frankenfurter, it's this echo effect, and you just feel like you're in the movie with Dr. Frankenfurter.
As a parent, the only thing who has not been through this, the only thing I can relate to are the books that have the little symbols within the story, and then you push the button and it makes the sound or whatever it may be. I know, terrible, metaphor, but it feels like that's what you're doing. You're going through
Kinda.
And then you kind of have the stops and you get to sort of interact or be a part of it. I think anytime you can hold an audience attention is probably going to be a good thing.
Plus,
or add to it.
What other movie do you get to go see where you're supposed to put on rubber gloves and a party hat and make noise with noisemakers and throw rice and shoot water guns and have it's a unique experience for anybody that's of the age to experience it.
I guess that, like, another level of that would be, I heard him say that they had like the mystery dinner theater where you go in, you're actually eating dinner, but yet you're part of the production.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like a mystery kind of going on. I always thought those would be incredible fun to just sort of be a part of or do, how you kind of get lost in you're part of it, but you're not, but you kind of are. And so, okay. Would I enjoy the movie? I think I would enjoy the experience.
I think you would enjoy the experience more than the movie.
Okay. Can you do people watch it at home and throw rice at their TV? I mean,
I'm sure people do, but yeah, that's
is it
one
that comes on the TNTs and the TBSs?
Every once in a while, right around this time of year, you'll catch it on at late night or something, but it's kind of gotten out of favor, I guess, because it didn't age really well, but it, like I said, it is an experience that if you've never done it, I'll give you one bit of advice without going into excruciating detail. If you've never been to it, don't let anybody know.
That you've never been?
Just ride along and follow along with what everybody's doing around you. Don't let the people know that it's your first time.
I'm not a smart girl, but I do know that if they limit people under the age or make it 21 and over, there's usually reasons for that. So you can read between lines there as well, I'd assume.
Nothing explicit, but yeah, innuendo and suggestive material.
Gotcha. All right.